ndaanaan yi ci biir mbal the king of Kora, the queen of Manding Sambu Suso, Ndaw Gudi, Buken Des, platinum $40,000, gold $30,000, silver $20,000, individual $1,000. Support a worthy noble cause. Sponsored by AfriCell.
Welcome back. The majority leader of the Senegalese National Assembly has opened up a debate in Dakar when he called for the reintroduction of the death penalty nearly a decade since it was abolished in Dakar. In the face of rising crime in the country, Seydina Fall was confident that his proposition could soon be passed into law. We have details in this report by CFI.
The majority leader in Senegal's National Assembly has caused a stir by reopening a debate that has been closed for almost a decade. Seydina Fall wants the death penalty to be reinstated.
The situation in Senegal today has reached a point where we have no choice but to bring back the death penalty. Violent assaults are on the rise and nothing is being done about it. I said to myself, if this law were reinstated, potential murderers would think twice about attacking honest citizens.
With the rise of violent crime in Senegal, Mr. Fall's proposal appeals to many.
God said that he who kills must die himself. This is how we'll end these murders. How many people have died in just the last 2 months, murdered in their own homes by attackers? We can't live like this. Something must be done about it, one way or another. But we must reflect, not mix things up. There are too many talkers who do not have the truth of God behind them.
The debate has been taken up outside of Parliament by human rights groups and religious leaders. Senegal abolished the death penalty in 2004. Today, many of those deputies say they've had a change of heart.
Why is it that most of these deputies, who in 2004 voted to abolish the death penalty, have changed their opinion? It's simply because there's a newcomer. There's a newcomer in the National Assembly who wants to open a debate, whose sole purpose is to distract the Senegalese people from the real problems in the suburbs.
Mr. Fall says his initiative has gained widespread support in Parliament. He is confident that his bill will soon be voted into law.
A suicide bomb attack on the offices of the International Red Cross in the eastern Afghan city of Jalalabad killed a security guard before a similar incident hours later left 6 other insurgents and a police officer dead in an explosion at the offices of a governor. And an American drone attack is reported to have killed Taliban's number 2 in Pakistan. For these and other stories, let's turn to the CFI World News Roundup.
A bomber targeted the offices of the International Red Cross in the eastern Afghan city of Jalalabad. 3 armed accomplices then entered the building, killing an Afghan security officer. Several hours earlier, 6 Afghan insurgents and a policeman died in a similar attack on the Panjshir governor's offices. The insurgents began their spring offensive at the beginning of the month, a period of better weather with an increase in deaths. 19 NATO soldiers were killed in May. Sources in Pakistan say an American drone attack killed the country's number 2 Taliban leader, Wali-ur-Rahman. The Pakistanis say the attack occurred in North Waziristan near the Afghan border. Washington said Rahman was guilty of organizing terrible attacks in Afghanistan. The Obama administration has defended its drone attacks on Islamic militants. The Taliban say they named Rahman's deputy to replace him as number 2 for the group. A bomb in the Bahraini capital Manama Wednesday night injured 7 policemen. The homemade bomb was detonated as a police patrol passed through a Shiite quarter. 10 people were arrested. Bahrain has a majority Shiite population but is ruled by a minority Sunni royal family. Shiites have been demonstrating since 2011 for greater democracy in the American-backed kingdom. Two men men became the first gay couple to legally marry in France since President François Hollande signed the same-sex marriage bill into law. The wedding took place in the southern French city of Montpellier with all the pomp and circumstance of a royal ceremony. 600 guests were invited and 150 camera crews came for the event, which was held under tight police security. Conservatives and Catholics have demonstrated massively against the same-sex marriage law.
Paris is playing host to an exhibition celebrating the life of former South African President Nelson Mandela. We have more on that grand exhibition in honor of a man who continues to inspire people over the world.
The Mandela exhibit is now in the French capital, the third leg in a world tour following its 2008 Johannesburg opening. The exhibit traces Mandela's life from the activist lawyer to the 27 years in Robbins Island prison as a convict to the idolized father of the Rainbow Nation.
We certainly know what he is and what he represents post-1994. But before that, who was Nelson Mandela? We also know he spent 27 years in jail. But how did that happen? As a young boy, how did he move towards becoming a successful lawyer? How did he become a politician? How did he become a freedom fighter? How did he become somebody who's survived in jail? And how did he become president?
Madiba, seen from different angles and through the prisms of time. A model of the sculpture erected in KwaZulu-Natal on the very spot where he was arrested. The show sets Nelson Mandela in his social and historic context. A show which also displays the contradictions of the man, from autocratic behavior to severe self-criticism. A man who suffered and asked all to forgive.
And he had no bitterness. He did not want retribution. He wanted reconciliation. And he came out with a smile on his face without any bitterness in his heart. And he was able to take a fractured country, which was so diverse, which had been through so much pain, and he pulled it back together again till we all felt as one nation.
Nelson Mandela turns 95 this year. His humanism inspired millions. The exhibit is a homage to the legacy of a man who made the world a better place.
Time now to take our second break. Stay tuned.
Xamoon naa ni mooma warga tabaaraa ngi nii warga tabaara waaw moom la de warga wi sell na set na wóor na amut pëndax xam nga ko de te warga wi nii lañ ko defare ngene ma waaye baal ma dolli kaas bi gën a fees waay muy yi xoolal li muy sànni du li may waxatee ngi nii gañe napp tele loo gañe loo gañe yow da nga xamul ni warga bii ni mu sellee te neex xottu gi moo ko gën a neex mën ngaa gañe télé waaw bëteelu dene ma moo gën ci warga yi gën a neex ci warga yi gën a civilisé ci warga yi buuru warga yi buuri warga yi
warga tabaara bi nag ku ko bëgg fi ci Gàmbi da ngay dem fuñ naan etin pictin warga tabaxa buuru warga yi.
Time now to join the Central Forecast Office for a look at the weather report.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton, just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
Good evening, viewers. Welcome to the weather segment. It was warm and partly cloudy.